Carter, you ready to catch some baby deers and baby bunnies? Huh? You ready? No. Carter's in a fine mood this morning. I thought he'd be a little bit more excited about working. So we thought the rain the last week and a half done quite a bit of damage. Let's see what it's yielding. Over 100 bushels an acre. I cannot freaking believe it. Well, what all we forgot? I know we forgot something. We always forget something. Kelly, what we forgot?
I still got to drop the needle. I figured out that's why we had so much bad juju during planting. I didn't play the song one time. We got to do something.
The needle.
We're going to have a good day today. I done voted.
Yeah, we are going to have a good day today. Any day spent not planting is a good day. Everybody want to introduce you to Carter. Haven't seen him since cotton picking last fall when he was cutting stalks. He's going to be my professional grain buggy operator this year. Well, I guess we are ready to go cut some wheat. I guess once we get to the field, we'll find everything we forgot. All right, at long last, we're finally ready to go. I had one little problem this morning. You remember that little problem we had with the wire on the last day of soybean harvest that we just temporary rigged to get us through? Well, we finally found the problem after replacing the alternator and changing one of the batteries. The eyelet broke off. Yeah, well, I forgot to put it on my repair list for the winter. Got up here, got ready to go to the field, and first warning message popped up was battery low voltage. Luckily, I knew what the problem was and didn't have to hunt too hard to find it. We had a spare ring terminal there in the shop and were able to get it fixed quickly. So we are finally going to cut some wheat. Finally, something we can be excited about this year. Luckily, we don't have to go far to the first field. It's just right over here behind the gin. This is the first field that we planted last fall. Alright, here we are. Boy, some good looking wheat. Been even better looking if we hadn't gotten all that rain on it the last week and a half. Boy, don't that new header trailer look nice and pretty. Carter just making his way to the field. He's old enough, we're gonna let him start hauling equipment down the road. At least here in Crockett County. I'm not so sure about once we get up there around Jackson. Time to raise the flag. Alright, let's crank it up. Make sure everything's going to work alright. Alright, here we go. First pass. Week 2021. First thing we got to do is get our moisture sensor calibrated so we get accurate moisture readings of the wheat in the field. Got to harvest a minimum 3,000 pounds of grain to do that. Grain is going in the tank. We Looks like a pretty clean sample so far. We might not have to do much tweaking on the setting. All right, it says we got 3,500 pounds in the tank. I don't know if that's right or not, but we're going to take a moisture sample, see what it is, calibrate the monitor. Alright, screw the top down, it's flush. So what number's weed? Soft weed is number 3. 14.2 is what that says. Run a couple more. 14.4. We got a consistent rating here. Alright, now we'll go in here and type it in the monitor. Actual 14.3. Calibrate. Alright, that should be done. I got the moisture calibrated, dumped in the grain buggy. Now we're going to do a yield calibration. What we're going to do, we got to harvest 2 to 3 loads at different speeds to get different flow rates through the mass flow sensor, and then weigh each load separately. And then when we got that, we should yield monitor should be calibrated, be able to give us an idea of what it's yielding as we go through the field here. First load we're cutting at 2 miles an hour to simulate a low yield environment. Actually, 2 miles an hour is too fast for a low yield. We'll slow down to 1.5 miles. Guess that's a good thing. Alright, first yield calibration load being dumped and weighed. Alright, what's the weight on that?
7,200.
Wow. Yielding more than my yield monitor thought. That's good. Let's do calibration load number 2. We can do this in a little bit faster. Try 2.5. That first load at 1.5 miles an hour was painfully slow. This thing wants to eat, not go slow. And 2.6 miles an hour is right in the middle of that medium flow range or what it wants.
Well, boys and girls, welcome to weed harvest.
All right, load number 2 complete. See what this one weighs up. First one weighed a lot heavier than what the monitor is saying, which is a really good sign. All right, Carter, zero your monitor out. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
All right, what kind of weight you got?
9,740.
9,740. It's just a tad higher than what it was measuring. 1.1%. All right, we'll do a high flow now. I don't know if we'll actually be able to do it or not. Typically that's reserved for corn, but with what I think this week's yielded, we might need to try to do it on here. Normally this combine is not big enough to run enough wheat through here to do a really high flow scenario. Just runs out of power. But we'll try it. Alright, zero your monitor out again.
Go.
Alright, what do you got?
7060.
Alright, we have got everything calibrated, I believe. Now we just need to get out here and check our crop losses, get my loss monitor is calibrated right, and we'll be ready to run. All right, we just did a kill stall on the combine to shut the combine off immediately so we can look in the combine and see what's happening. Helps us determine, you know, if we're losing any seed, where exactly are we losing it at. All right, my seed loss monitor wasn't showing any loss, but my rotor loss monitor was showing pretty high loss. I might have it set a little too sensitive, so we're going to look out here and see if we're actually losing any seed on the ground.
And kind of gently brush the straw away, and then we'll go down here and blow the chaff. We want to do about a square foot. That gives us a good measurement on how much seed, how many bushels per acre we're losing. That's about 1 square foot. See how many seed we're losing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 seed per square foot.
And this high yield wheat, I mean, that's actually not bad. I have to look at my book and see how many bushels per acre that equates to. No harvest machine is ever going to be 100% efficient. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, we did a kill stall, so we're going to look here on the spreaders, see if we can see a lot of seed. Just kind of want to shake the straw out, let any seeds that's in there fall down.
See, we see a few seeds here, but it's not excessive. I mean, we are pulling in 35. We're pulling in 35 feet worth of straw. See if it's any heavier on this side. A lot of times with a rotary machine, it'll be a little heavier on one side or the other. It's looking about the same.
All right, we'll raise the spreaders up and look at the seeds.
Woo! I got a little taking dust pass and wheat straw here.
All right, look at the back of the machine and see what's on here.
Nothing too heavy. Alright, now we're going to tickle the chaff here at the back of the screen, see if we hear any seed dropping through. If we do that, let us know that seed's getting too far back here and it's getting ejected off the seeds. Dropping down, so
it makes a very distinct metallic sound. It'd be easy to hear. All right, we'll check the back of the rotor cage, see if we can find any seeds there at the back. All right, I know what I forgot now. I forgot my wet wipes. Wheat chaff, June and humid weather, not a good combination. This stuff sticks to you everywhere. I'm gonna be itchy the rest of the day. Anyway, I was pretty happy with what I saw. Let's get our manual out. I didn't see any, you know, glaring piles of grain. Where are you at? Seeds loss per square foot equal to 1 bushel per acre. 17.4 seeds per square foot equals 1 bushel per acre. And I think mine was what, 8 seeds per square foot where I checked it, so we're losing about a half a bushel an acre. You're really not going to get it set much better than that. I'm confident with that. Like I said, no harvesting machine is going to be 100% efficient. Typically, you like to try and get it within about 1% loss, and we're at about a 0.5% loss, so we're good. I think we are ready to roll. Yesterday, I was talking with Dylan Joyce on his live stream, and one of the topics he's talking about was wheat, and I asked him what he thought wheat was going to do, because we both got what we think is good-looking wheat crops, although we thought the rain the last week and a half done quite a bit of damage. So he wouldn't really take a guess. I told him I thought before the rain about 85 bushels, after the rain maybe 80 bushels. So let's see what it's yielding. We got the yield monitor calibrated. Over 100 bushels an acre. I cannot freaking believe it. That's beyond fantastic. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought we'd be getting these kinds of numbers. Now granted, we got a long ways to go. We are about 5 acres into 470 acres. But if this is any indication of what the rest of the wheat crop could look like, my God, I got no words. After the spring that we've had, the difficulties of trying to get our crops planted, I knew I had a good wheat crop out here, but I didn't think I had anything like that. I mean, we haven't seen yields like this in at least 3, might be 4 or 5 years. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a really good wheat crop. Like I said, we're only 5 acres in. You know, it might not be this good across the board, but my gosh. Man, I needed this in the worst kind of way. I can't even begin to tell you. And not only that, if we got good yields, we got some good prices too. I'll take a video of this and send it to Dylan. Alright, we got the first problem of the day. It's a first world problem though. I think I can manage about it, but my auto steer is not working. Something about the control or sensor here in the steering column that's supposed to sense steering wheel movement override. It's not working, so I can't engage auto steer. But I mean, farmers made it through many decades without auto steer. I think I can make it through until a technician gets out. I think just talked to a technician. He says he should be able to get out this afternoon, so find out what's going on. More electronics. Man, I'm not believing these yields. I can't. I'm just stunned. For once this year, I am pleasantly surprised. And it's a good feeling. It seems like it's been a while since that's happened on our farm. In fact, I'm having to go a lot slower than I normally would, so I don't overload the combine and spit it all out the back. And no, these are not coffee shop numbers. This yield monitor has been calibrated very thoroughly. That's actual numbers out here in the middle of the field. Carter's first unloading on the go for the year. Let's see how well he does. All right, Carter, that's got you loaded up. Go dump. You feel pretty comfortable dumping it yourself now?
Yes.
You didn't spill any on that last load?
Dad, I'm trying to do something. There's freaking Dr. Pepper all over me.
You shouldn't be drinking and driving. So did you spill any on the last load?
Jack did it.
Zach did? I thought you unloaded. But what you're saying is if you had unloaded it, you wouldn't have spilled any, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I gotta love the confidence. I remember when I was 12 years old, I thought I could do everything, and the only thing holding me back was my dad. We'll see how well he does on this load. Well, make sure you get the GoPro going and video your first unloading attempt. I want to see it.
If this thing falls, I'm not getting it. Arm out. So when I pull up, does it go? I forgot the order again.
Well, you tell me the order you think it goes in, and I'll see if you're right.
I think it goes, you open the thing up all the way, and then you slam the thing down, or pull it up, I forgot, and then you rev it up.
Get lined up with the trailer. Your auger's already out. Turn on your PTO. Then open the slide gate, and then rev it up to 1200.
And then when I get done with it and it's halfway, I shut it all the way and I'll let it run for a little bit. And then I turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the fun part. Here we go. Woo! Alright, so I'm lined up with that one. I saw him do this, so we're gonna do it like this. Actually,
Write your weight down.
Alright. So I turn on the PTO, and then when I open it all the way, then do I rev it up?
Yes. But the most important thing is get your weight first.